Hey guys, welcome to the fifth set between Iris and Bisu, and it proves to be a good one. It's going to be on Byzantium II. I've been hearing that this game has been epic for a while, which is one of the reasons I wanted to solo it. Keep in mind, Iris took the first match on this map, although he did it with a two-factory push, a his standard style, being aggressive. Bisu starting in the bottom right-hand corner, in purple upper right-hand corner. We have Iris in brown. So that might be something that kind of pops into Bisu's mind. However, after that last set and after everything that's happened up to this stage, I expect both players to play extremely safe. And Bisu looks determined. You could put a cloak around him and he would look like the Emperor. And let's kind of recap what's in it for these guys. Iris has never taken a championship. He actually went up 2-0 over GG Play in the OSL Finals, only to have GG Play then come back 3 games, and he lost his opportunity. And again, I feel like it's I think that's kind of where I've gotten that idea pegged in my head, where Iris just not that great with his defenses. Bisu, not to say that GG Play is a lackluster player when it came to, at least at that time frame, throwing out. He had some beautiful swarms, but I won't go over that now. Looks like he's setting up to put a, yeah, he's just going to put that supply depot inside of his base. So not doing anything too crazy. He's waiting for that Marine to go out and build a barracks for some reason. Bisu building a pylon inside of his base, so it doesn't look like he's going to do anything too crazy yet. It's still possible either of these players could fast expand. We'll see in a moment. Bisu has been out of the limelight for quite some time. Ever since losing to Mind, he has not taken a championship. He was the Bonjour, he was the undisputed best player in the league for such a long period of time, and right when it looked like he could reclaim his title as potentially the best player out there, Jaedong ended up beating him in the GOMS TV. I think that was more of a special event, but beat him in GOM TV after winning that series. That was kind of the end of that, and I know Bisu, he can't settle for being second place. Bisu is Bisu, and he wants to be #1, and this MSL title means a lot to him, I can tell you. Looks like Iris is actually scouting the upper left-hand corner first, so he's going to come across Bisu's base last, which we'll see if that's a factor or not. Bisu putting down, interestingly enough, Bisu not scouting at all, and he's going to go for cybernetics for going with gas. I assume he's going to go for a quick tech build. Usually when I see this, it means that the player is, they want that extra mineral so they can get a Reaver out a little bit faster, things like that. They're trying to skip a little bit of corner, just get that half second on a tech unit. So we'll see if Bisu opens up with Reavers, quick Reavers, and pushes into Iris that way while taking an expansion. Iris, though, has not sealed his front door, so playing somewhat risky in that regard. Looks like he's going to go directly into factory and just kind of use the lack of scouting. Fortunately for him, Bisu is scouting to the left first rather than to the, well, I guess to the north first. So north and then left. Yeah, you can do that in StarCraft. 2-gate opening here from Bisu. So Bisu actually opening with the 10-15 gate, which actually should work pretty well for him. Iris has not sealed off his front door. There is a good distance to travel. It could be a problem, the fact that he's not scouting, but as soon as he gets to that upper left-hand base, he'll know where to send those troops. And also, fortunately for him, Iris is scouting this dead last, so Iris isn't going to know how to react exactly, and that might have been part of Bisu's mental factoring here. Is I haven't seen an SCV scout, he's coming at me last, I know I'm going to have, I can spring something on him, at least in this regard, so that might be an adjustment in tactic here. We'll see, although this could have been the plan straight from the beginning. There's the first Dragoon produced. This is going to be critical, stopping this SCV so that Iris is in the dark. Here comes the Dragoon moving up to that upper right-hand corner, and it doesn't look like it's going to catch it. Oh, it looks like this SCV scout is going to be able to sneak in. This will give Iris some indicator. He'll be able to at least build some preparation against this, even though he doesn't have his front door sealed, and he's seeing the range critically. Cycling through, he is going to be taken out as he pushes through that probe line, but he knows that gate's coming. It looks like he's only built 3 Marines thus far, as opposed to the standard 4 or 6 we've seen recently. And yeah, I was about to say, he probably wants a bunker on his front. Looks like he is going to build that bunker to provide that additional defense. Unfortunately, Marines are not going to have the range to deal with those Dragoons. I think actually that 6 Marine build we've been seeing recently, I almost feel that's a direct result of Neo Medusa, or Medusa I should say, and the power of the 10-15 gate. And as I say this, middle of the map, a proxy robotics facility. We'll see if Bisu's actually just going to... Oh, wow. That's a concerned face. That is the picture of concern from a fan right there. It's like, whoa. That was, yeah. That, you could almost read her mind right there. Robotics facility in the center. That's what, like, sometimes Korean StarCraft, just awesome. Another SCV. Oh, headed directly for the robotics facility. Let's see if we can sneak by 3 Dragoons in position. Whew. That was a bullet dodge right there. Another SCV scout starting to move out. There is a tank on the front door, but 3 Dragoons are going to be awaiting this tank, as well as only 3 Marines. They're not going to have the range. And there's the second SCV not Dicking to help repair the bunker, and that first SCV not on there to repair, and it's moving away. That bunker is going to go down, actually, and that's going to make things even more difficult for that siege tank. Let's see if that siege tank gets picked off. Those Marines most certainly will get picked off. One actually getting a lucky hit there. SCVs are going to have to be pulled off the line to help defend against this. Continuing to hit, looks like all the Marines have been taken out. The SCVs now there in approach. That siege tank wandering to the back, wants to make sure he doesn't get it taken out. 4 Dragoons versus SCVs and a sieged tank now. The Dragoons are going to have to back off as the second tank approaches. Bisu able to inflict a little bit of damage, but not as much as he wanted here. And now let's keep in mind that robotics facility. He could shuttle and ferry some troops in, or he could go with some Reavers, or he could technically do both and complete Iris completely. Well, there's a robotics facility, so let's see if he decides to do both. He has those 4 Dragoons on the front. Iris taking an expansion. It looks like he's going to wander out, and he's putting down a starport, interestingly enough. So if he can get that starport out, actually, okay, here comes the shuttle. It looks like it's going to approach. This isn't really going to pay off for Iris. I think he was hoping to get a Wraith out to stop that shuttle as it was incoming, but that shuttle at proxy location is going to get there much, much faster than usual. And as a result, he might even be able to take that starport out at the very least. This is going to cause a lot of problems for Iris. Fortunately for him, though, this is Byzantium II, so that ramp on the secondary is inverted. So if he can draw the fight to that ramp, he'll be able to use the mischance against these Dragoons. But with those Dragoons in open field, if they can somehow pick off that machine shop, I'm not sure. Bisu can just kind of hang out here, and he's going to have the advantage. He's going to be able to take out that Marine first. 5 Dragoons in the loose. 3rd tank popping out, almost taken out. And here comes some more Marines along. It looks like a couple of Marines alongside. 1 tank taken out. Looks like this is going to be close. Another tank taken out. There's one. Oh, another. Oh, 1 tank left. But again, the misfire on the ramp kicking in. So it looks like that last tank will survive, but the Reaver is going to be approaching in not too long. There's only a single tank and 2 Marines to really kind of help with this. 2 more Dragoons dropping off. So let's see if this tank is actually going to survive long enough. There should be another tank just momentarily to try to fight this off. And those 2 tanks are going to have a hard time against these Zealots. Bisu putting the pressure on, still hasn't taken an expansion. He's out for blood. There's that Wraith being produced. The Dragoon taken out, and that's going to make this Reaver have a really difficult job. Let's see if he can even get, he manages to get 1 SCV kill, but that's not what Bisu was looking for. Looks like Iris is actually going to pop out to an early lead through Bisu's aggression, just kind of throwing a lot of troops out. I don't think he got the SCVs he was looking for. 1 tank siege. There's the Zealot bombs, and SCVs running for their lives. Another SCV taken out just in the repair, and now the Wraith is out. That Wraith should easily be able to take care of that shuttle. 2nd tank on the loose. Looks like the Zealots for a second were going after the oh man, this is devastating for Bisu. Bisu really needed to get some damage done with this economy, and right now he's not getting the damage he was looking for. Able to take out both tanks though through some beautiful micro, and Iris's base completely in the lurch. For a second there, I thought he just had it defended, but it looks like through some just genius micro from Bisu, and that's what I was talking about earlier in this match. Just genius micro from Bisu. He's able to disrupt all of Iris's economy. He's got some Dragoons just sitting here on the front door. No siege tanks to speak of, and thank goodness for that Wraith. But Bisu continuing to put the pressure on. It looks like he's going to try to win this right on the initial. If he can just break through that bunker before any additional tanks come out. No, there's a siege tank down under the, it looks, yeah, on that ramp cliffside. Yeah. So just barely able to keep back from the brink of elimination here. Still some Zealots wreaking havoc left and right, but that is going to stop Bisu's harassment. Looks like that Wraith alone has 3 kills. Whew. And now Bisu going to take an expansion of his own, but he is behind, although I think he's ahead in pro count. It's an interesting situation because there's kind of that curve. Bisu trying to run, and he wants to pick off that siege tank. That was a bad move, actually. He's going to sacrifice. Looks like I thought he was going to lose more Dragoons than that, honestly. It looks like he sacrifices a Dragoon. Didn't really get anything out of it. Wraith approaching now to do some scouting. Another shuttle up here. Bisu going to continue with this. Let's see if he can. It looks like he's going to ferry more troops to the south. Let's see if there's enough siege tanks for the coverage here. The Wraith not finding anything. Let's see if it wanders out and gets some probe kills of its own. And again, 4 Dragoons in the backfield. Bisu continuing this devastating pressure. That Wraith going to probably, let's see if it comes back home or just continues picking out at SCVs. The Dragoons just out of range. I don't think Bisu's going to fall for going to that ramp area again. And it looks like he's going to do a pincer attack. He's going to bring those other Dragoons to the front to start working away at that bunker as well. The Wraith now back in the fray to try to take that shuttle out. The tank drops. Let's see if that tank can be focused down or if it's going to die. And inside the shuttle, that looks like the Reaver is taken out. It's not really able to get a lot accomplished there. But still, Iris is bleeding SCVs to Dragoons. Iris having to focus on that shuttle and use and basically the micro at that location. Meantime, the Dragoons were just sitting at home, wailing away at the SCVs, and this is going to put Bisu really, I got to say, he's economically ahead of the stage, just in distraction. Getting that gas down would just be a bonus. Bisu